Eat That Frog. Chapter 4. Consider the Consequences. Brian Tracy opens Chapter 4 with a powerful quote by Orison Swett Marden. Every man has become great. Every successful man has succeeded, in proportion as he has confined his powers to one particular channel. The central idea of this chapter is simple yet profound. Your ability to think long-term and evaluate consequences is one of the greatest signs of personal and professional maturity. Superior thinkers, the truly productive, successful people, have the habit of asking one powerful question before starting anything. What are the potential consequences of doing or not doing this task? This one question can tell you everything you need to know about your real priorities. Tracy shares a powerful insight from Dr. Edward Banfield of Harvard, who concluded after 50 years of research that long-time perspective, your ability to think far into the future, is the single most accurate predictor of upward mobility and long-term success. It matters more than intelligence, background, education, or connections. People who develop a long-term view of their life and career, those who think 5, 10, or even 20 years ahead, make better decisions in the present, and those decisions compound into success over time. Time horizon shapes priorities. If you're clear about where you want to go in life, it becomes much easier to determine what you should be doing today. Because important tasks are the ones with significant long-term consequences. Unimportant tasks might feel urgent, but they have little or no lasting impact. Before starting anything, pause and ask, what are the potential consequences of this? The clearer your vision of your future, the easier it is to judge the true value of any task in the present moment. Delayed gratification versus instant pleasure. Successful people are those who are willing to delay short-term pleasure in exchange for long-term gain. They choose growth over comfort. They invest in reading, learning, developing skills, and focusing on high-value work even when it's difficult. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, choose short-term comfort, scrolling, chatting, showing up late, doing what's easy. But eventually, this leads to frustration and regret. As motivational speaker Dennis Waitley puts it, failures do what is tension-relieving, while winners do what is goal-achieving. So if a task has major positive consequences when done well, make it a top priority. If a task has serious negative consequences when delayed, it also becomes a top priority. Whatever your biggest frog is, eat it first. Motivation comes from purpose. Tracy reminds us that motivation comes from motive. The clearer you are about the why, about the impact a task can have, the easier it becomes to push through procrastination and get it done. Always focus on tasks that can make a real difference to your company, your career, or your personal life. Because here's the reality. Time is going to pass anyway. The only real question is, how are you going to use it? The law of forced efficiency. Tracy introduces another essential principle. There's never enough time to do everything, but there's always enough time to do the most important thing. This is the law of forced efficiency. In moments when deadlines are tight and consequences are serious, you always find a way to get the task done, no matter how tired or busy you are. That urgency pushes you to act. But here's the catch. Many people live in a constant cycle of procrastination, working only when a deadline forces them to act. They claim, "I work better under pressure." Tracy says, this is a myth. In reality, working under pressure often leads to mistakes, stress, rework, and burnout. It can even cost your company money through rushed decisions or poor execution. The smarter approach? Plan ahead. Build in buffer time. Whatever time you think a task will take, add 20% more. Or challenge yourself to complete it well before the deadline. You'll work more calmly, think more clearly, and do a far better job. Ask these 3 questions for maximum productivity. Brian Tracy wraps up this chapter with 3 key questions that can dramatically improve your daily decision-making and focus. First, what are my highest value activities? Ask yourself, what are the biggest frogs in my life or work? What tasks will create the most impact? Ask your boss, your team, your family, even yourself. Get crystal clear on what matters most. Second, what can I and only I do that, if done well, will make a real difference? This powerful question comes from management legend Peter Drucker. It's about identifying tasks that only you can do. If you don't do them, they won't get done. But if you do them well, they can create major progress. Third, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? This is the ultimate question of time management. Every hour, there is one task that stands above the rest. Your job is to figure out what that is and start on it immediately. As Goethe said, the things that matter most must never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. The more clearly and consistently you ask and answer these 3 questions, the easier it becomes to stay focused, beat procrastination, and do what truly matters.